Hello and welcome to a glorious night of FSU weather, Friday edition. Just about might as well call it our weekend edition here. 76 degrees and, well, the sun is slowly going down, especially with the cloud cover blocking it a little bit, so definitely a little bit of sunshine being blocked there, especially as we go on into the night. 76 degrees in Tallahassee, only going to get cooler and feel better because of those low muggy dew points, making us feel only a little bit of muggy. Definitely compared to the rest of the peninsulas where we're usually feeling around this time of year where the humidity is just brutal. But now we're finally getting a little bit of break for that, but unfortunately the rain is still going to be into that picture possibly for tomorrow game time. I wouldn't say it's a major chance, but it's definitely a minor chance, so you might want to bring an umbrella or a poncho for tomorrow's game in order to protect yourself at least. 64 degrees tonight should be good in itself, but as we look into next week, we might have some increased rain chances and some increased rainfall amounts due to tropical depression Ada right now. But anyways, the rain is most likely going to be back next week, and the 80s are back. That and more is now on FSU Weather.
Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist David Stoltz. Welcome to FSU Weather Friday edition. Thank you, Evan, for that overview of our show. Yes, there is activity in the tropics. Once again, we have tropical depression Ada that's making its way through the Caribbean and northeast towards the southern part of our Florida Peninsula. So it's something we'll need to keep our eye on. And we'll talk more about that later on in the show. And as far as the temperatures in the Tallahassee area and the Big Bend, they're back to the low 80s, but it's still on the mild side, so temperatures are still comfortable. Those dew points have been coming up though, so it's a little bit more muggier out there, not as comfortable when we had that cold front come through last week when we had cooler temperatures and lower dew points. Also, there is rain in the forecast, but not till probably next week around Tuesday as Ada approaches closer to the Big Bend area. Our rain chances will go up, and we'll have to see if the winds will increase with that as Ada approaches. So we're going to talk about all this and more on FSU Weather Friday. I'm going to pass things off to the wall with Tyler.
Thanks, David. We're going to look at this temperature almanac to start things off. Today we had a high temperature of 80 degrees. That's 4 degrees above the average, but still nowhere near that record high of 88 degrees set in 1998. Those low temperatures, feeling pretty comfortable, 63 degrees today. That average being at 50 degrees usually, and a record low for today was 26 degrees back in 1945. So we should consider ourselves lucky with the type of weather we got today. Currently 76 degrees outside, says sunny, but that sun is starting to set over there on Doak Campbell Stadium. Got the winds coming out of the northeast at 6 miles per hour, so a little bit breezy right now. That satellite and radar showing not really much going on in the way of precipitation here in Tallahassee. Do have some cloud cover here and some rain a little bit closer to the coastline over here, but most of those spotty showers are towards our east, getting out of that Big Bend region, getting closer to Lake City. So for the actual temperatures for the Big Bend region, Tallahassee is once again 76 degrees. Those partly cloudy skies right now, but you can't really see it now that it's getting dark outside. Valdosta towards the northeast is at 75 degrees and cloudy. Then Thomasville and Bainbridge, a little bit clearer outside there and a little bit cooler at 72 degrees and 73 degrees respectively. And this wind flow showing a northeasterly flow for the wind and some breezy conditions all throughout the Big Bend region, but nothing too bad, only getting up to 6 miles per hour at the highest here in Tallahassee and some of those more northern regions. Monticello, winds not quite as high, 2 miles per hour there. And our dew points showing that we still have some humidity in the air here in Tallahassee with these dew point temperatures being close to the actual temperatures. The closer those temperatures are together, the more humid it feels outside. Right now that dew point temperature is 64 degrees for Tallahassee, a little bit less in our northern regions, but really not too bad. We just feel a little bit of that moisture in the air right now. But over the next 24 hours, speaking of moisture, we're going to start seeing some rain chances build up in Tallahassee. Saturday morning at 4:30, you're going to see that cloud cover, and as we move throughout Saturday afternoon and into the evening, you're going to see some chances for rain throughout the region, as well as some cloud coverage as well. For tonight's forecast, Tallahassee is going to get down to 69 degrees, and the entire Big Bend region really is going to be in those upper 60s. And for tomorrow, as we go throughout the day, we're going to get up to 78 degrees by the time we get into 3 p.m. And for tonight, once again, Tallahassee going to be in those mid-60s with some cloud coverage in the region. And if you're planning on going out in the water tomorrow, 72 degrees, some slightly choppy water out there. And here's the week ahead for you. Going to get into the lower 80s for our highs as we go throughout the week and see those rain chances build up starting next week. Now I'm going to pass things off to Melissa with a look at the southeast.
Thank you, Tyler. Let's take a look at our southeast weather. You can see that there's a lot of moisture in the air. You can see there's a storm down here below Georgia. Up over here is a high coming in southeast from the northeast. You can see that it's coming through, bringing in some rain into the area and over into Alabama and Florida. You can see that there's a lot of moisture predicted over Florida in the coming hours. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, you can see that batch of storms coming in, moving into Charleston, bringing some rain and storms into the area. So if you're planning on going out tonight, make sure you're looking out and seeing if you're going to be in the way of a storm coming through. Taking a look at our upper level radar, you can see there's a dry area over Texas and moisture up in the north more. So overall, down south is a little bit drier. You can see Florida has some water vapor over there as well. Taking a look at our temperatures, you can see Montgomery is 73. Over to the west more, there is some lower temperatures. As you come down to Florida, down in Miami, you have 80 degrees, and a little bit northward, and Florida is up in the 70s. Looking at today's forecast, you can see that it's 79 in Augusta, 78 in Evans. Down south is a little cooler at 77 in Vista, and you can see at Aiken it's 76. Taking a look at our dew points, there is some dew points over Tallahassee that aren't that high, but are up there. So we have Tallahassee at 64, over in Jackson is 59, up in Little Rock lower at 51. Down in Miami, you can see it's a lot higher at 71. So a lot more humid down in Miami than it is up north more. Looking at our moisture forecast, you can see moisture is higher up north. Down in Miami area, it's a lot drier air, and then as you move north into Florida, you're getting some more moisture into the air. Looking at our futurecast, you can see that there's some clouds and showers coming through, especially in the Tallahassee area and up in Alabama and Montgomery. So there are some scattered storms to look out for as we go through our day. Looking at tonight's forecast, you have lows in the 67 for Tallahassee. Up north, we have lows in the 50s. And down in Miami, again, we have lows in the 77. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, you can see that there's highs in the 76, 74 in New Orleans, and down in Miami, we are again looking at highs in the 80s. So it's a lot warmer going in. Let's turn it over to David with your Florida forecast.
Thank you, Melissa. And I just want to say congratulations to Melissa. This is her first time on the show, and she did a great job with that segment. So just wanted to let her know that she did really well. Here's a look at over Panama City Beach. See the cloud cover is just covering this, blocking the sun, and actually there'd probably be a sunset somewhere over here if the clouds weren't so thick at this time. Looking around the peninsula of Florida, you see temperatures range from 70 degrees up here in Jacksonville to 82 in Tampa and 80 degrees in Miami. So pretty much the state anywhere in the 70 to 80 degree mark across the state currently. And the muggy meter, not too happy down here in Miami. Very muggy as that tropical moisture is coming out of the south due to Tropical Depression Eta, soon to become Tropical Storm Eta. And as you go further up the state, up here in Tallahassee, things are still muggy, but they're not as bad. But it's going to get more muggier, unfortunately, because as Eta draws closer, it's going to bring a lot more tropical moisture. The winds around the southeast, pretty light up here near Nashville and Charlotte, North Carolina, but as you get down to South Florida, you can see those winds pick up due to the pressure gradient between Eta and that stalled front that is currently draped over the Keys. And showers, just scattered showers, fast moving, coming across here out off the Atlantic, across South Florida, and up towards the Treasure Coast. And as we move up to Daytona, Jacksonville area, you can see this is fast-moving showers moving ashore, nothing heavy, just really quick moving, and probably be over in 5-10 minutes if you have one go overhead. And as far as the Panhandle goes, things are pretty much clear. There's a couple showers showing up on the radar, but no rain for now, but things will change over the next couple of days. And Futurecast shows more clouds and showers moving in off the Atlantic, and you can see Tropical Depression Eta, which will be a tropical storm probably by now, moving closer to the southern peninsula with more showers and thunderstorms, and they're going to get the heavy rain, which we'll talk about later, actually in the next segment of FSU weather. Tomorrow's forecast, highs around the peninsula. You see 79 here in Pensacola, 78 in Jacksonville, 86 in Tampa, and West Palm Beach, 82 degrees. And we'll take a quick look around the state. Miami, unfortunately, it's going to be a very dreary and wet weekend ahead and into next week. The highs will be around 80 degrees, 79 exception on Sunday, with 100% chance of rain as Eta makes its way into the area. Tampa, rain chances will go up over the next 3 days as Eta approaches you. Also, temperatures will be in the mid to low 80s as we go through Monday. And football, Bucks are taking on the Saints, and so this is the football forecast. 8 p.m. It's kickoff, 77 degrees, windy and rainy. It's not going to be the best conditions to watch a football game, but nonetheless, hopefully the Bucks will beat the Saints. Jacksonville, expect rain chances to ramp up to 70% by Monday. Temperatures in the upper 70s. And as we look here, here's Tropical Storm Eta, which we're going to take a look at the desk with Tyler and Melissa.
Thanks, David. Yep, we're going to take a closer look here at Tropical Depression Eta. And as someone who's working on my master's degree now, one of my focuses is hurricanes. So I'm going to kind of get a little bit technical with what I'm talking about, but not too deep. So right now, Tropical Depression Eta is moving towards the northeast, towards Cuba right now. We're going to bring some rain to that region for sure. Cuba right now under a tropical storm watch. And what we're going to look for is there's going to be a trough or a low pressure system moving through the southeast in Florida. And that's really going to determine what happens to Tropical Depression Eta. Most definitely going to strengthen to a tropical storm, but likely it's going to move towards South Florida. And Melissa, what is that going to do for South Florida here?
So even though it's not going to be that strong, we are looking at a lot of rain coming into the area. There's going to be some wind, but not too bad considering it's not going to be that strong of a storm. But you should expect a lot of rain to come into the area and possibly some flooding in some low-lying areas. So be on the lookout for incoming inclement weather. Yeah,
exactly. And here's actually a look at that cone right there. As we get into Monday morning, going to be pretty close to South Florida, looking at 10 plus inches of rain there possibly. And really what's going to happen then is a trough moving across Florida is going to turn into a closed low pressure system likely, and that's what's kind of swing that storm into the Gulf of Mexico again on the western side of Florida. And that's when we start having some uncertainty on the track, whether it's going to hit western Florida or go into that panhandle of Florida. Still a little bit too early to tell with that. We're going to have to see how things evolve. But as for the strengthening of the storm, as it moves across Cuba, and even before Cuba, as we're just moving through those Gulf waters, conditions are going to be warmer. So that's going to help the storm strengthen, but we do also have a southwesterly wind shear that is fairly strong. So that's going to weaken the storm. So the two aren't going to quite cancel each other out. We're still going to see some strengthening of Tropical Depression Eta into Tropical Storm Eta, and likely see some impacts in western Florida, and if not western Florida, into the panhandle of Florida. So here at FSU Weather, we're keeping a close eye on things because we could get impacted here in Tallahassee. That's something that we're just going to have to wait and see on. But for now, I'm going to pass things off to Evan, and he's actually going to continue talking about the tropics.
Yeah, we're gonna look into Eta just a little bit more in depth with some more graphical looks. You can see for yourself what's going on definitely with the tropics. As now, yes, we've gotten into Eta, and we could possibly get even into Theta by the end of the week as well. We'll get into that a little bit more in the segment. But regardless, it's 2020. I'm exhausted of honestly doing tropics, I'll be honest. I kind of want a winter desk, honestly, soon. So hopefully we're going to look at that. But current weather, we still do have, yes, another tropical system down in the Caribbean. I know you've probably heard about Eta several times since it went onshore into Nicaragua and Honduras. And I only wish the best for them, honestly. Over the past week, they've dealt with a lot of rain and a lot of wind. Almost a Category 5 storm down in Nicaragua. See, It is definitely weakened a lot since most of the eye has gone over a lot of mountainous terrain, which definitely ruins and disrupts a lot of the circulation and pattern of the tropical system in itself. So now we don't see too much circulation, too much left. The only good news about it is that we have a lot of moisture north of it, which is going to help it to definitely strengthen a lot, as only it's down to 35 miles an hour. It's still moving very slowly at 7 miles an hour, but now since it's over the sea, it should begin to strengthen. As you see, it starts to get up to 60 miles an hour and then 65 miles an hour as well. And this is something that could go up into the Gulf and even affect Florida for the first time today, or not first time today, first time this year, you see a tropical system actually. Good news is, though, with these tracks, yes, they are going up into Florida. This is going to be a rainfall system. This is not going to be a wind system. Definitely with the weaker SSTs, or sea surface temperatures, the storm really shouldn't get much to a hurricane status at all. You should still just see mainly, as you saw right before I clicked off that graphic, 10 inches of rain. So rainfall storm, not too much wind expected with this. But regardless, still a storm itself, and a tropical one at that, as we still have tropical storm warnings and watches across the Caribbean. And another chance of possibly seeing something else as well. Look at that, 20% chance over the next 5 days. This is actually going east toward Europe and Africa. So that's something I have to watch out for them. I mean, 2020, nobody's able to escape from 2020, really. I don't know how else to put it. So just a little bit of convection to that. Barely any chance, but still a chance nevertheless. And honestly, that just encapsulates what 2020 has brought for our tropical system. So be on the alert out for that. And for now, we're going to give it off to Tyler with a look at our entire United States forecast.
Thanks, Evan. Things are a lot less interesting in the United States right now, mostly dominated by high-pressure systems here on the East Coast, moving into the central United States, even parts of the West Coast. What we're looking at here, the stationary front, that is bringing some interesting weather for the northwest regions of the United States. And part of this reasoning is this dip in the jet stream going a little bit further south than usual. That's what's bringing some of this rainfall into the northwestern regions of the United States. Some rainfall, some snow-rain mix, and even a little bit of snow as well for the northwest. But looking everywhere else, not too much to talk about. Some rain in the very southern portions of Louisiana, but that's about it. Temperatures around the nation, you actually see these nighttime icons here, seeing the sun setting pretty early here for us on the East Coast, but still have some sunshine here in central Florida, or not central Florida, the central United States. Bismarck, 51 degrees and sunny right now, and Seattle, 49 degrees and cloudy. San Francisco is at 59 degrees and cloudy. This upper level water vapor showing just where all that moisture is at. That's in the northern regions of the United States and towards the northwest as well. Let's actually zoom in to this region of interest, seeing a lot of rainfall here in southern Washington. You can see that pink is a little bit of a rain-snow mix, and this white here, that's where we're actually seeing some of the snowfall. So the snow isn't very widespread, but there are some regions experiencing it right now. And then getting into northern Montana and southern Canada, that's where you're seeing a lot of the snow right now, but still not very widespread there either. Moving towards our east, not too much to talk about here. Iowa looking pretty clear overall. Mostly just some cloud cover here in South Dakota and North Dakota. Getting towards western Minnesota as well, we're seeing some of that cloud coverage. And then moving to the northeast, once again, clear skies for almost everyone, except for Maine. They're seeing some light cloud coverage move through the region, and a lot of that rain going to stick towards Quebec and not really move into the United States. Future radar going to show the evolution of some of that rain and snowfall. Going to move into Nevada and towards the north into Canada. You're going to start to see some rain spark up in Arizona and Utah as well. Looking at the rest of the United States, not a whole lot. Florida is going to see some of those spotty showers that we talked about earlier in the show as we go into tomorrow. For tonight's forecast, Tallahassee going to be 67 degrees. Really, Florida is the warm spot for tonight. Everywhere else is going to be in the 50s, 40s, and 30s. Billings going to get down to 38. Bismarck down to 31 degrees. And for tomorrow's forecast, Tallahassee is going to get up to 82 degrees. That's, I believe, our hot spot on the map here. San Antonio going to get up to 81. Seattle going to be a nice and cool 46 degrees and sunny. But now, going to pass things off to Melissa to take our second local look of the evening.
Thank you, Tyler. While there is some snow over to the west, you can see that's definitely not the case for Florida right now, with highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s tonight. The record high is 88, so we are a little below record, but overall it's a lot warmer than out west. Taking a look tonight, you can see it's 76 degrees, and it should be pretty clear with some little bits of clouds here and there. You can see it's a pretty clear sky over Doak right now, some clouds, but not too many. Looking at the radar, you can see that there are some scattered showers, especially over by Dowling Park, coming into the Tallahassee area. So if you're going out tonight, you might want to check the radar, just make sure you're not going to run into any storms on your way out. But overall, really clear, just some clouds. Looking over by the Panama coast more, you can see some rainstorms coming into Palm Coast and moving in across the state, so you do have some showers to look out for this evening. For hour by hour, you can see that the temperature is going to be going down until 7 a.m., and then we'll start going back up gradually until we hit a high of 81 coming into tomorrow. Then it'll start dropping back down by 5 p.m. Taking a look at our temperatures right now, you can see it's 76 in Tallahassee and 73 in Quincy. Up north into Georgia more is highs in the 72, so Valdosta is 75. So overall, we have a pretty nice night out, not too hot or muggy. Looking at our wind speeds, you can see that there is an eastward wind coming through into the area, bringing some slight breezes into Tallahassee and over into Georgia and Alabama. Looking at our muggy meter, you can see that it is a little muggy out in Tallahassee's area. As you go south, it gets a lot more muggy, so overall, we're not too bad considering what it could be. Looking at tonight's forecast, you can see Tallahassee is a low of 69. Up north more in Georgia, you have Valdosta at 68, Thomasville at 66, and Bainbridge at 67. So there are some cooler temperatures tonight. Looking at tonight again, out in front of Doak Campbell Stadium, you can see that it's 64 degrees. We'll have some clouds coming through and a 10-mile-an-hour northeast wind coming into the area. Looking at our marine forecast, you can see it's 72 degrees with an east-northeast wind and a little bit of a choppy sea with 2 to 4 feet. Look at the day ahead, you see 75 degrees and slowly coming down, going back up as we get into the day. Taking a look at the week ahead, you can see some showers are going to be coming into the area. That's with that tropical depression that is coming through Ada. So you'll be looking out for some showers and storms. Temperatures will remain in the 80s. Thursday is the exception with highs in the 70s with 78. Now let's turn it over to David for our look at our weekend forecast.
Yes, thank you, Melissa. We're going to take a closer look at the weekend forecast in our lifestyle segment. And so what is the temperature going to be like tonight? Well, it's going to be 70 degrees under some clouds. There's a lot of clouds out there, actually, with wind east-northeast out at 8 miles per hour. And for your dog walk forecast, if you have a dog, like I do, I have 2 of them. Tomorrow, 7 a.m., you wake up and take the dog out. It's going to be mostly cloudy at 68 degrees, and 9 a.m. it'll be really cloudy at 73 degrees, and 11 a.m. 75 degrees. And guess what? More clouds. It's going to be a cloudy weekend with showers passing through the area. And our temperature hour by hour today, we started off at 65 degrees here, and then we slowly dropped down to 64, and then we made our way slowly to 79 and 80 and 81 by 3 o'clock, and then temperatures are now currently falling, and not going to fall too far because of that cloud cover. It keeps temperatures sort of on the mild side. And for Florida State versus Pitt football game tomorrow, kickoff is at 4 o'clock p.m. I will be at the game. It will be mostly cloudy, mild temperatures at 76, and then at halftime it will still be cloudy, 73, and cool with a temperature 72 at 8 o'clock when the game is over and you're heading back to your car. So it'll be really nice weather. It'll just be on the cloudy side, maybe a couple of scattered showers. For Sunday morning, expect to start off at 70. Yeah, for Sunday morning, we're going to start off at 71 degrees under partly cloudy skies if you're heading off to church or maybe going to take your dog for a walk again. And then the next 3 days, you see Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, breezy conditions begin on Sunday and into Monday as Ada makes its way closer to the Big Bend area, and then the lows at night will be in the low 70s. And our moisture forecast, you can see the moisture is slowly making its way, higher moisture content making its way northward into our area, and especially South Florida, where they will get copious amounts of rain. Hopefully there's not too much flooding down there, because 10 plus inches of rain is a lot, and so I was hoping that The canals and everything can handle that. Next 24 hours for the panhandle, you see clouds starting on the increase here as they move out of the east, and so see some showers and storms in our eastern counties. And so I'm going to hand things off now to, look at the week ahead. Sorry about that. Looking at the week ahead, you see Saturday and Sunday, not too bad, highs in the low 80s. And then Monday and Tuesday we start to get into more rain as Eta approaches the area. And then Thursday and Friday, Eta will slowly make its way out of the area, hopefully, and then temperatures will be on the mild side, low 80s. I'm going to hand things off to Evan at the closing desk now.
Thank you very much, David, for that last look at our local. So now we close our desk for the last segment of the week, basically. It's been a great week, hopefully, for you, definitely during the week. Hopefully you've been able to get a good amount of things done. And those warmer and drier conditions during the week has hopefully allowed you to get some stuff done on the outside, maybe get some yard work done, definitely before next week happens, which is where we have the uncertainty of Tropical Storm Eta, where it's going to go, who it's going, well, not who it's going to affect. We kind of know that it is definitely going farther up north, and Florida is definitely looking at a probable look at an impact of the cone, definitely mostly by rainfall. This is a rainstorm and not a windstorm, but still 10 inches we could see possibly. That could be enough to affect your car. If you can park your car maybe at a higher level, maybe make sure to do so, or else that thing is going to get jammed up possibly. But if we look into the rest of our 7-day, we do have definitely that rain chance for Tallahassee locally heading into next week, especially through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Heading into Veterans Day on Wednesday. Hopefully enjoy that day off if you have it off, hopefully. I know we do here at Florida State, so we will not have a Wednesday show next week. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed your weather. Hopefully the weather will definitely clear out for tomorrow's game against Pittsburgh. Hopefully hoping for a win for that. Hopefully better than conditions as well. It's just going to depend on how far those easterly storms from Jacksonville reach, basically. So it'll definitely probably be raining in Jacksonville tomorrow. It's just how far those carry out farther to the west towards Tallahassee is our main issue and our main concern for tomorrow. So if you're looking for any storms possibly coming into the picture tomorrow, definitely look out far to the east, because that's definitely where the weather is going to be coming from in Tallahassee, basically. So yeah, that's definitely good for that. And then Sunday should be a little more clear for your forecast, definitely a lot less chance for rain. And then, as I said, Tropical Storm Eta, how big it gets, how massive it gets, how strong it gets. Regardless, we're probably going to get some precipitation from it in some sorts. The reason we only had 30 to 40% is which day is it going to come? Still uncertain. Where's the track going to be? Still uncertain. But we'll definitely keep you posted on that on Facebook, Twitter, and here on YouTube as we'll resume next week on Monday. Definitely talk about it when we'll have a lot more of an idea of where Tropical Storm Eta is going to go. If you have any pictures definitely from Tropical Storm Eta coming in next week, definitely send them to our Instagram. We're always like to, as much as we like to see cool sunset photos, I like to keep people informed of what's going on in the weather, even on our Instagram and social media pages. It doesn't just have to be every weekday at 6 o'clock on the show. We can post on the weekends for you and keep you informed on social media as well. Definitely to keep you and your family safe for the weekend and for next week. But hopefully you have a good next week. Hopefully you have a great weekend. Hopefully that rain clears out for tomorrow's game, as I was saying. But for now, hopefully enjoy your weekend. I'm student meteorologist Evan Thomason, and have a great rest of your week. Enjoy it, and go Noles!